And welcome to the first round matchup on the Eagle Sports Network. It is Saturday, tournament play. The bracket is starting out with Quentin Road going up against the Oakhill, let's see here, Royals from Janesville, Wisconsin. My name is Caleb Murray, and I'm joined alongside my friend John Christensen. John, are you looking forward to this game this morning?
Yeah, it should be an exciting one. We're bringing you bonus coverage from the one and only Eagles Cam, shot on Grant Murray's iPhone 14, School Gym East. So it should be a good one. Quentin Road ended yesterday at 6-6 in pool play, and so did Oakhill as well. I believe they were also 6-6. Quentin Road was the 5 in the Great Lakes, and Oakhill was the 4 seed in the Midwestern Conference.
Yeah, yesterday was an action-packed day. A lot of good games, a lot of fun volleyball. There were no undefeated teams, John, yesterday in conference play, which is surprising. There's usually one or two. You use the word parity a lot. Pretty much every game that I watched was close. There's a few blowouts, but overall, it was a great start to the tournament yesterday, and we're really looking forward to today as well.
Yeah, you said it. There was a lot of parity. You saw teams intermix, some wins there, some splits. So there wasn't really a full dominant team. Good start there for the Eagles. This game could go either way due to the 14-team tournament this year. The setup is a little bit different, so the winner will be on this exact same court at 12:45, and we'll play Arthur, the 1 seed. So that'll be a tough matchup, and the loser will go for the consolation. It'll be in the Church Gym, I believe, at 1 p.m., Church Gym North.
Yeah, Arthur got the bye after a really good day yesterday. They only lost 1 game all day, if I'm correct, which gave them the bye because of the format this year, as you mentioned. So they're awaiting the winner of this one. Quentin Road, Oakhill, we've met in years past for basketball and volleyball. Obviously both really good schools, and we're excited to see how this one plays out. John, if you had to give one key to the game here for Quentin Road, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Way to put me on the spot there, Caleb. I think just a strong start. I think they'll settle in, as we said in the other games. It's earlier in the tournament, they're young, right? A lot of freshmen. There's no seniors. So I think a strong start is really good. Get their confidence going. That's a good spot there from Jenna Rendy. And then I think they'll settle in nicely. And again, this game is important. Yesterday we talked about it. It's pool play, so you can kind of have some shaky moments. This is if you lose, you're heading towards the consolation, or if you win, you're heading towards the championship game. And even if you lose the next one, in this year's tournament, you still have a chance to play for 5th. So you definitely want to win this first game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, definitely a younger team for Quentin Road. We have no seniors on our team this year. Lost 3 big ones. Last year, 3 big players for the Eagles, and it's kind of don't want to say rebuilding year, but definitely learning, trying to gain that experience of tournament play. It's different than the regular season. You can't simulate the pressure of your own tournament, all the fans, everything. So they definitely settled in, got better as the day went on. Yesterday, we got to announce the Quentin Road Heritage game, where I saw them play really, really well in that first game against Heritage on this court. So
yeah,
again, looking forward to seeing what happens. Eagles are up 5-1 early.
No, that's a good sign. Good serve from the freshman Aaron Haran. As that did, he did say it did get tipped. I don't think it was, but it's a tough call. So they'll play on.
Doesn't matter to Mike Kao, though. Good kill from her from the outside. That's one thing if you're an Eagles fan, which we are unashamedly, you want to see more of. Number 6, Micaiah, is a sophomore.
Junior.
She's a junior for the Eagles. She was not as involved yesterday as I wanted her to be. I don't know if they just couldn't get her the ball or what was going on, but she's got a lot of firepower. Look to get her more involved.
Yeah, in the meantime, Addie Julian picking up right where she left off. Number 3, the freshman. All Eagles early, Caleb. I believe 7-1. And that'll force a timeout from the visiting Oakhill.
Yeah, we have a timeout here where you're going to step aside for this timeout, and we will be back with you for the rest of the game. Don't go anywhere. And we are back after that timeout. You got Let's Go Eagles right into the mic by the assistant coach's husband, Jace Harriman. Shout out to him. Love his enthusiasm for the Eagles. Oakhill coming off of that timeout. Some miscommunication on that play. They are down 8-1 early on in this one.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want if you're an Eagles fan. Like we said, you got to start early. You got to build that confidence. It's their first day. Ooh, a close call on the end line there.
I'm going to be honest, I saw it being slightly long. I got fans behind me who were saying that was the right call. It was a 50-50 one
tough.
for sure.
It is tough. We're right on the line here, so we have the best look at it. If anything, it did look a tad bit long.
Yeah, it's always hard when you are a one-man official crew. It's not easy to do it all by yourself, so you're never going to get all the calls perfect. Meanwhile, the Eagles are cooking right now.
It is. It's hard, too. You got to settle in if you're Oakhill. Again, it's loud in here. The gym is only split in half. It's now standing room only. Again, is obviously Eagles the home team, so it's harder to play if you're the visiting team. It's loud in here, even for an early or morning game, especially with the way that the Eagles are playing right now.
Hey, I'm totally fine with that, though. I love the setup to Micaiah. Just a little bit long on her spike. Looking to get a lot more of that today for the Eagles to make a run.
Yeah, Bailey Reyes, number 33, is going to come in for some back row defense. Coach Legler going to her bench. Obviously liking what she's seeing so far, being 10-2.
It's very confusing in here with the whistles and the noise, John. On that play, it really sounded like the ref on this side of the court blew his whistle, but he did not. You kind of just have to keep playing.
Yeah, you do. You have to play through it. It is really hard. There's quite a bit of echo and 2 games going on at each time, especially with the Eagles game. There's extra fans. So
Oakhill setting it up. It's a good hit by number 20 there, Grace Haynes.
Nice
That's a
spot,
great
Addie
spot. You'll hear people say it. I said it yesterday. Hit the money, hit the money. Those are the corners. That's where you make your money. Great spot by her.
Number 11 coming in for Oakhill.
That's Olivia, a freshman.
Addie to serve.
It's a great serve, right above the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, see if Eagles can do something with the free ball here. Over to Micaiah.
Love that. Good hit by her. There we go. That's something we did not see a ton of yesterday by the Eagles. That's a clean block by Sarah Haran, number 4.
Yeah, way to anticipate it. Like you said, we didn't see a ton of strong net play. Eagles are doing that right now, and you got to see it. It was a close pass by Oak Fair, so Sarah read that perfectly, got up on the net, and that was the only thing she could do was send that over. Good block, 12-4 early. Addie's still cruising.
Yeah, that's an ace by her off the arms of number 11 on Oakhill. This is the best I've seen the Eagles play so far this tournament, up 13-3. Meanwhile, on the other court,
this is breaking
we
news.
Must acknowledge that. In the air, the ball went up and landed directly in a garbage can. I don't know what the COVID protocol is on that. Might want to get some disinfectant or something. Incredible.
We're long past that, but it is true. School Gym West did have a clean trash can ball that they're going to wipe off.
Kind of a weird point there. Oakhill comes out on top. It's 13-4, and number 1, Candace Andrews, the sophomore, is serving for the Royals.
Yeah, 21 junior, I believe. It's coming into the game.
Good serve there by Jenna Rendy. I'd call her Mrs. Consistency for the Eagles. I don't think I've seen her miss a serve all tournament.
Yeah, a tad bit long, 15-4. Again, this is different than yesterday. It was just pool play, so we will play a best 2 out of 3. So regardless, we'll play 1 game and a 3rd game if necessary. You'd obviously love to see the Eagles hold on to this one with a now 16-4, and that'll force the 2nd timeout from the visiting Oakhill.
Yeah, Oakhill, that was 2 hits there in a row. It was just a little bit long. They just got to take a little bit off of that. Obviously, as an Eagles fan, I'm not complaining. They're playing really smart early, Quentin Road is, and we're going to step aside for this timeout. We'll be right back with you. And we are back with you on the Eagles Sports Network, the special Eagles Cam telecast brought to you by Grant Murray's iPhone. The Eagles are up 16-4 here. Jenna Rendy to serve.
Yeah, the Eagles have looked really good so far, Caleb. See if the Royals can settle in here. Again, it'll be an unbelievable comeback if they can mount this, but either way, maybe they can get some momentum coming into game 2. We've seen some odd kind of scoring in this tournament. We've seen some games almost be blowout in games 1 and the team come back and win. Or we've seen teams that only had a couple wins, even on Friday, come and play some teams that barely had any losses down to the wire on Saturday. So again, it's been every single game has almost flip-flopped, and it's just whatever team has gotten in rhythm and on a roll.
Yeah, absolutely. That hit by Mike Kay was just a little bit out by a foot or so. Good hit by her. One thing I really want to see more of today by the Eagles is sending less free balls over the net. I noticed it a lot yesterday, just kind of bumping it over on one when there was no reason to. I want to see them set it up and hit the ball. Obviously, you're going to play a lot better that way, be more offensively minded. Hoping the Eagles can do more of that today.
Yeah, I agree. We've definitely said, we always say, hey, first thing is you got to minimize your mistakes, right? And we've done that so far. It's good net play by number 4, Sarah Haran, stepping up big today. So they've done that, right? They've played really clean. They haven't beat themselves. And then the next thing is, like you said, when the Eagles kind of got out of sorts yesterday, it was a lot of sending it over on 1, sending it over on 2. And we really never had control of the point, which allowed the opponent to come back and set up their offense and get a nice kill. And we've definitely controlled it a lot better so far in this opening round game on Saturday.
Yeah, as an Eagles fan, this is all you're really hoping to see. Like you said, minimizing mistakes, playing a little more offensively minded. And there is an announcer's jinx. Off the hands of the Eagles, it is 18-8. Again, we apologize about the no scoreboard or graphics, anything like that. This is a bare bones stream. Announcer's camera, that's all you got. So we'll try to keep you updated on the score here.
That's fine, though. You just got to win. Again, we saw so close. You know, we ended up getting the 5 seed in our conference, but we were a few points away from getting the 4 or a win away from even getting the 3. So today you just got to come out with wins. It doesn't matter how you get it. Points just don't matter.
That was Sarah Haran on the net for the Eagles. Oh, my goodness.
Eagles fans are loving it, cheering it. See if the Eagles can win this point here. And it is a little bit wide. And the Eagles fans are loving it, cheering on the home team.
Sarah Haran was all over the court on that play. First she had a block, then she had a one-handed bump save running away from the net. That was a great play all around by the Eagles. They're up 19-8 here.
Yeah, she's set to serve now. See if she can keep that good play and momentum. She's played really good today so far, Caleb. This is probably the best we've seen her play all tournament. She's been good. She's been steady, but she's taken her game to another level, at least in this first game here on School Gym East.
Yeah, she's looked really, really good. So far, Addie and Mike Kay haven't quite found their spike yet. Hopefully we can dial that in. If we were to advance and play Arthur, that's going to have to be better.
Yeah, we almost haven't needed to. See if Oakhill can take advantage of the Eagles sending it over here on 1. Oh, that was tipped, I believe.
The ref definitely missed that one.
He did miss that one.
It was a definite miss, definite tip.
And you'll take it if you're the home team, but we do want to be fair. I believe they did tip that.
No, it was a very unfortunate break for Oakhill. It was 100% tipped. You got the stream, you can watch the replay, but
Again, probably it being 21-9 won't greatly affect the outcome, but nevertheless, I think he did get that one wrong.
Good serve there by Carly Gomez. There we go. Wasn't the best pass, but I like how the Eagles are trying a lot more of it today to keep the ball on their side of the net on that first hit.
Yeah, number
like we
10.
talked about earlier.
Number 10, the junior from Oakhill, wins the net battle there.
It's a good serve by Stephanie Hodges. Fortunate break there for Addie Julian and the Eagles. Puts them up 22-10 here in game number 1.
Yeah, Eagles looking to close it out here.
That was Erin Horan, Sarah Horan's younger sister. Good serve by her. Good spot by Addie Julian there. Also good job by Oakhill getting that back. Wasn't the best set there. Micaiah made it work though. That was a funky play.
Yeah, good instincts, though, by Micaiah to set that over. But you see that even on a few points earlier, Caleb. You see Addie Julian just hit a deep corner, which allowed Oakhill to not really have control of the point, send the free ball over. So Quentin Road was in control of that. So,
hey, got to give a big shout out here to my friend Vincent, saving our camera over here. Good job by him.
Somebody's got to do it. He courageously threw his entire body in front of the wall there.
You can't teach that. Some people just have those instincts built into them. Meanwhile, it's 23-11. Eagles are up here looking to close out game number 1 of the first round of bracket play here. Eagles setting it up. Oh, nice back set there. That was a really good set by Addie
Yeah, there
Julian.
you go. Good dig by number 11, Olivia, the freshman. Good looking point there from the Royals.
Yeah, the Royals are trying to build momentum for game 2. Obviously, this is a matchup between the 4 and the 5 seeds. So you never know what may come in game 2. So Oakhill's just looking to build momentum.
Yeah, it's hard too because you don't play your other conference, so you don't know exactly, how it's going to, kind of fare up here, and you run into the other conference early on bracket play. So first time some of these Great Lakes and Midwestern teams are playing each other.
Yeah, that's number 20, Grace Haynes. She is a freshman. Oakhill's doing a much better job of getting to their hitters.
Yeah,
we didn't see much of that at all in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, they're a good team. They can play well. We've seen it throughout the tournament. They just had an unfortunate kind of a prolonged kind of bad stretch there, which led to a big Eagles lead. Still down 10 here. You'd love to see the Eagles close it out, but either way, you'll see them getting some momentum coming into the next game.
Looks like we have the head coach, Ethan Haynes, asking the ref a question there. He was looking for a double touch, it looked like. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Cade Eisenbarth. He is our cameraman here this morning. Hopefully you can get a free cinnamon roll out of it or something. Thank you, Cade, for doing that. Eagles are up 23-13. They always use that full minute on their timeouts. Can't blame them for that.
Yeah, good timeout from Coach Legler. Momentum was really for the first time going away from you. So just saying, hey, let's regather. We just need a few points here and let's close this game out.
That was a good set and spot by the Eagles. Right now, Grace Haynes, she is having her way in the front row there. Just a little bump over the net. Just shy of the second row defenders from the Eagles. Oakhill's building some momentum right now, 23-14.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about. Again, we saw so much variety throughout these teams, and it was very odd. We just saw there were stretches of a game where a team would score 7, 8, 9 points in a row, and it looked like they were going to blow somebody out, and then somebody would kind of counterpunch with that, and that's what Oakhill is right now. Got the lead down to 8. And again, not only that, Caleb, but the Eagles look like a completely different team. Everything we praised them for early, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, and they are unable to get things going here.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a rotation thing, like they're kind of stuck and maybe not their strongest rotation or what, but as you mentioned, they do not look how they look to start, kind of out of sorts on their end. That's a good play there by Micaiah. Free ball by the Royals. Let's see if the Eagles can use it here. There it is.
That might be out,
man.
Yeah. Right idea, but it is wide, and it's down to 6. I thought I would not see this, but yeah, hey, Dayspring College basketball coach Dan Fontana used to always say, hey, it's a game of runs. You can't have your highs get too high or your lows get too low, and I feel like that's really what we've seen from the Eagles. We've had some times in this tournament where we've looked incredible, and then some other times where our lows have been like we've blown 7, 8 in a row.
Yeah, I think a lot of that does come from having a younger team. You're not going to be as steady, but right now the Eagles got to weather the storm. It is 23-18. Oakhill is on, I believe, a 6-0 run.
At least. And not only are you getting momentum going from, they're right back in this game. Eagles just need to close this one out.
Eagles really just need 1 point.
They do. Once you get to 24, it's a lot less pressure, and they cannot do it, Caleb. I don't know that I've seen if Oakhill comes back. This could be one of the greatest comebacks for sure of this tournament, simply ever. It was what, 23-12?
I believe it was 23-12. So it's a 7-0 run by the Royals.
But, yeah.
This is not good if you're an Eagles fan. Oakhill has all of the momentum. Grace Haynes is tearing up the front row, and the Eagles are just not in control. This is not good for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Coach Legler, it'll force her second timeout. It is 23-20, Caleb. I will admit, I didn't want to announce her, jinx it, but I did in my mind. I did think this one was over.
I mean, I was with you. What was it, 23-12?
Something like that. And even before then, they were trading points. It wasn't like they were really making up ground. We had a 10, 11, 12, 13-point lead, and we were just trading points.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say if you're the Eagles. You have Micaiah on the front row, but Grace Haynes right now, it is all about her. She's playing so well. The Oakhill, I don't know if it's their strongest rotation or what, but they're in a groove right now. The Eagles have to stop the bleeding. They need this point badly.
They need 1. If you can get to 24, then it kind of sets the Royals a little bit more of a high-pressure situation, knowing that you can't make any mistakes from here on out. I think you have to win this game. If you're the Eagles, I think if you blow this lead, not saying they can, they definitely can come back in game 2 and 3 and win, but the toll that takes on you mentally, especially being a young team, I think in order to win, you need to win this.
That is a really, really big point for the Eagles. A little bit of luck on that one. It was just a little tip over the net, caught Oakhill off guard. It is 24-20. The Eagles are up, and I completely agree with you, John. If
you got to settle down.
Pulls this off, it does not put you in a good spot for game number 2.
Great serve by Addy. It's looking like they'll send that free ball. Okay, so miscue, so a little bit of fortune there, but the Eagles do close it out.
Yeah, my goodness. You want to get your blood pressure up as an Eagles fan? That was an 8-0 run by Oakhill, but Quentin Road after 2 timeouts, really good timeouts by Coach Legler. I don't know what she said, but obviously it was the right thing because the Eagles got the 2 points they needed to secure that game 1 victory. We are going to step aside here on the Eagles Cam, on the Eagles Sports Network, and we will be right back for game number 2. And welcome back to the Eagles Sports Network. The Eagles came a special broadcast to bring you the Eagles game on a non-live stream court. This special edition is brought to you by Grant Murray's iPhone. Shout out to him. And it is game number 2, John. What do the Eagles have to do to ensure that they take this in 2 games and don't have to go to game number 3?
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, the Eagles escaped that game 1. They got off to a strong start and were able to cruise at the very end there, but it did not look pretty, Caleb. Honestly, the Royals have looked far better. They did lose, but they had way more momentum going into it. So same thing. I think if you're the Eagles, you got to start strong here, and you can't let them build up that momentum at the end of game 1.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was like we put all this money in the bank, and it only lasted us so long. You know, like it was starting to deplete, and it almost ran out. It was a very, very close game that we very easily could have lost. So, as you mentioned, I think a strong start is very important here in game number 2.
Yeah, and we said it's not like Friday. It's not pool play. Score doesn't matter. You just got to get out of here with the win, and the Eagles did that. So it's a fresh game here, and you feel good about yourself always in a best-of-3 if you win game 1.
I think the player to watch if you're an Oakhill fan would be Grace Haynes, the freshman. She absolutely dominated and put her team on her back for that run at the end of game 1. So if you're the Eagles, you're looking to limit her. And if you're Oakhill, you're looking to get her the ball.
Yeah, we know Oakhill's a good team. We saw them. They have good players. There's no real holes or anything. They just had a bad stretch.
An unconventional hit and point there for the Eagles. That was Erin Haran, the younger sister of Sarah. It's always cool when you get to play with a sibling. I know you and myself got that opportunity. You love to see that for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's always fun. Always fun, and they've played well so far this tournament. The Haran sisters, 2 out of the 6 Eagles starters.
That was a good hit there by Addie Julian. Puts the Eagles up 3-1 early.
4-1.
Sorry, I was blocked. Took a guess on that one.
Nice cover there by the freshman, Erin Haran.
Good hit there by Addie Julian. Free ball. Just a little bit of a rush play there by Addie Julian, going on 2. It's just a little bit long. Eagles up 4-2.
Yeah, number 20 to serve.
That's Grace moving to the back row for Oakhill. If you're the Eagles, look to make a run while she's back there.
Yeah, see if they can use the free ball here. A right idea by number 12. Stephanie Hodges just came up a little bit short. If that would have landed, I don't think the Eagles were ready for it. But again, I'd like to see, Caleb, a little bit more of maybe sustainable control and offense from the Eagles. They have the 5-2 lead, which is great. Some of the points, as they do get a unfortunate misserve there, have been either forced errors or again, kind of have been sort of reactionary, kind of more random plays, which is good. You need that in volleyball. You have to let your instincts kick in. But again, if you're going to win these games, if you're going to advance in the tournament, you really have to seek control. You gotta bump, you gotta set, you gotta kill, and you gotta hit your corners.
Yeah, this is a rotation that I've seen from the Eagles has at times caused them trouble defensively. I want to see them, like you said, be stronger. Good hit there by Micaiah. You love to see that. As you said, when the Eagles are playing more reactionary, more defensive-minded, they definitely do not do as well. As we talked about, just sending those free balls over, just trying to survive rather than thrive. So if you're an Eagles fan, look to be aggressive, look to keep hitting the ball, and we'll see what happens with them up 6 now to 4.
Yeah, again, I feel like when we're locked in and we're doing what we do best, we can beat any team, and we have stretches of that, and then we just get away from it a little bit, and we tend to send some more free balls over. Right now, 6-4, so a tight game here. Both teams are playing well early.
Tough play there for the Eagles. Oakhill's down 5-6. And number 12 for Oakhill, that's Stephanie Hodges, the senior, with a good serve. It's a free ball, nice deep one though. That's a good back row hit.
Yeah, good instincts there by Micaiah to keep the point alive for the Eagles. Oakhill in control though.
See, here we talked about this, John. The Eagles are playing very defensive at the moment. Oakhill in total control of the point. Let's see if they can get it back here off Micaiah's hit.
Yeah, good down the line hit there. It will force Oakhill to send it over a little bit weaker with the back row kill. Oakhill still in control of the point, sending out the outside here.
Obviously, I'm not an Oakhill fan, but they do have a lot of girls that can hit. They have a lot of hitters, a lot of spikers. Again, I'm shocked that they got down as much as they did. Maybe they just didn't have their morning coffee, but the Eagles cannot take this one for granted. This is going to be a tough game number 2 here, tied 6-6.
Yeah, it is. If it does go to 3, Caleb, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but if it does go to 3, do we know, is that 25? Is that 15?
In years past, it's been 15. We'll have to ask our producer in the booth to check on it. And the producer has told us that if it does go to game 3, it is 15 points, John.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously you want to see them close it out here. If you're the Eagles, Royals are trying to force a game 3.
There it is. That's just an easy free ball sent over by the Eagles. They got a very fortunate break on that one. I really want to see them keep control of that point.
Substitution, Bailey Reyes will take a break while Aaron Haran will come in.
It's something that comes with experience, but on a floater serve up in the air like that, you want to keep control of the point. As soon as you send it over, a lot of times, you're basically asking for yourself to lose the point. The Eagles are up 9-7 here, and Micaiah serving for the Eagles.
Yeah, Oakhill just got to regain control here. They were doing well. But when we've seen Quentin Road go on a run, Caleb, I don't think it's been anything that they're doing that is necessarily out of the ordinary. They're just playing solid. They're playing smooth. We've seen Oakhill, when they've kind of gone into their valleys here, sort of just hurt themselves a little bit. They struggled with some serve receive as they have the last 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, that was a really good serve there by Micaiah. Nothing will make a coach in volleyball more upset than a serve or just a hit, especially a serve, just hit the ground clean. That's what happened for Oakhill, not this last point, but 2 points ago. Served by Micaiah, literally just dropped in the center back on the floor, and the coach was not happy, forcing a timeout by them. Meanwhile, we are going to step aside here for a minute. Eagles are up 11-7, and we'll be right back here on the Eagles Sports Network. And we are back on the special Eagles Cam broadcasts. And Oakhill, these last 5 points is just really out of sorts.
Yeah, that's what we said when they've kind of gone on their worst stretches. It hasn't even been from anything that the Eagles have done that has been, incredibly different. It's just been they've been a little bit of miscommunication. But we know that it's two really even teams, and the way that they battled back in the first game, once they settle back in here, it should be tight down the wire.
Yeah, it was 7-7, and then the Eagles went on a 5-point run. Oakhill, on kind of a miscommunication play by the Eagles, stops the bleeding, and number one for them with the serve.
Yeah, the libero, Candace Andrews, the sophomore, playing well.
Good hit by Oakhill. Off the block of the Eagles, falls down. It's 12-9. Candace to serve again for the Royals. It's a good serve, and it's an ace. As you mentioned, it's a game of runs. Oakhill, 3 points straight. It's 12-10. Eagles got to be really, really careful here.
Yeah, they do. They still have a 2-point lead, which is great, but it seemed, Gil, just whatever team can almost get out of their less favorable matchups and rotations quicker has gone on some bigger runs. So those things are huge. I think that last one probably favored Oakhill, so an unforced error just to get things moving around is huge, again, if you're the Eagles now up 3.
And one thing to mention, too, this run where the Eagles have pulled ahead has been all while Grace Haynes has been in the back row for Oakhill. So when they went on their run last game, it's when she came back to the front row. And I believe she's back in the front row now. She was lining up in the back row previously, and I think she's back. So the Eagles got to watch that.
Yeah, ball goes off the ceiling there. So if it touches the ceiling and goes on the opposing team's side, it is the other team's point. You can hit the ceiling on your side all you want, but you can't hit it and go over. So that brings Oakhill within 2. Number 11, Olivia, just a freshman.
So we talked about those free balls. Oakhill's going to make you pay. Oh, great job by the Eagles, though, to keep it alive.
They're saying somebody hit it twice in there.
I missed who that was.
It might have either been Sarah or Micaiah, I'm not sure, but regardless, Gilbo, that's not when you lose the point. You lose the point on when the serve comes over and you send it over. Every team, if you give them a free ball over and one, is most likely going to do something with it, and they're the team that's going to come out ahead, right? So you got to control it if you're the Eagles. It's what they did so well in game 1 that we've gotten away from. Even then, there was nothing special about that spike from Addie. She just found a hole in there, but it was able to find a little bit of gap and get Oakhill a little bit on their heels, which led to a point.
Exactly. That was Jenna Rendy, I believe, with the pass. I believe it was Jenna, keeping it on the Eagles side of the net. We keep talking about it. They're up 14-12. We'll see if they can keep doing that. Wow. A near incredible play by Carly Gomez.
Yeah.
We call it the bump kill here on the Eagle Sports Network.
It was a little bit wide. And again, on those ones are tough. You're just reacting. You're just trying to keep the point alive. There's nothing that you can do on that. But it's more of the ones like that. Again, there's nothing that Oakhill did that was special. You may end up losing the point, but you got to make that play.
Yeah, it's 14-14 here. It's all tied up. It's a good serve there by Grace. Free ball sent over by the Eagles.
Oakhill's loading up here.
Oh, but they give it right back. See, I want to see the Eagles hit that ball there.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate break. You got to do that, though, if you're Addie. You love to see go up and challenge. It just went a little bit outside, but Coach forced a timeout by Coach Legler here.
I don't know if Jenna didn't like the pass on that play, but she had Addie right there ready to hit, and she just set the ball over to the net. She sent over a free ball, and then they ended up losing the point because of it. So not a big deal. I really want to see them keep it on their side of the net and hit the ball. So we got a timeout here by Coach Emily of the Eagles, down 15-14, and we'll be right back on the Eagles Sports Network. And we are back here on the Eagles Cam broadcast. The Eagles with a crazy play there.
These are the points you got to win, though, right? You have control of the point, and you send it a bit long.
Addie's
oh,
timing.
wait, they're calling a net.
Oh.
I think, or maybe not. Yeah, they are. They are calling a net, so that is a fortunate break. Again, if you're the Eagles, you'll take it. Again, you'll take those kind of points, but you can't. You can't count on those, right?
Yeah, the better teams aren't going to make mistakes like that, but you'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. Oakhill's up 16-15. This is either their first or second lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Eagles got to be really, really careful.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. Number 21, Trinity Fisher, the junior, to serve here for the Royals with their team up 1.
Serve is up and good. And there it is. You know what we call that, Mr. K. Julian? We call it the bump kill. The bump kill. You'll love to see it. The Eagles are the masters of it.
Yeah, it's exciting, just not sustainable.
It's very true. Hey, we're not getting on them, though, off of a tough serve like that.
Sure.
We're not getting on them for that one. We're getting on them for the ones that are just kind of unforced.
Absolutely. You always want to keep the point alive, right? Make them do that, and you're never going to be upset as a coach for keeping it alive.
As 2 Eagles fans on the announcing here, we really, really want to see our team and our girls win this game or win this match in 2 games. If it goes to 3 with the younger team and our fatigue, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult and will probably favor Oakhill. So we really got to grab this one.
Nice spot. Nice spot. There you go. Eagles a little bit on the offensive to tie things up at 17. Like you said, you'd love to see them close it out. Oakhill looking to extend to a game 3. Winner will play the number 1 seed, Arthur, who has looked incredible, only lost 1 game so far this whole weekend long.
Yeah, the fans have come alive here with a tie game at 17. It's an important point all around for both sides. And Micaiah.
There it is.
That is something, again, we have not seen a lot of. The Eagles need a lot more of it, though. Great hit by her, playing above the net, through 2 blockers and found a hole in the defense.
Great
Eagles
set.
up by 1.
I think that was Jenna who set her up, a perfectly set ball. And if you give Micaiah something that good, she can definitely handle it.
That's a tough break. Off Sarah Horan's arms, the block. We're tied up at 18 here. We got a good game.
Yeah, you love to see her challenge it. Maybe she can get a little bit closer to that net, but she was in pretty good position.
It's a good deep serve by number 7, Lauren of Oakhill.
Got to use it.
It's a tough break for Oakhill. When in doubt, you always hit it. It was we saw it right in front of us on the line. Correct call by the official. It's 19-18. The Eagles are up, and the crowd is alive.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I don't think they expected to hit it over on 2, and it was pretty high.
Ladies and gentlemen, my colleague John Christensen deserves a shout out. He absolutely just saved the phone and the telecast. Great job by him.
Yeah, you can't have that, though. You get momentum as an Eagles fan. The last thing you want to do is send that serve out of bounds.
There it is, sending over a free ball. More of a reaction one, though. We'll give it to him on that.
Oakhill unable to take advantage. But they're
setting her up,
they're
though.
loading up here.
And this is a bad time for Grace Haynes to be in the front row if you're an Eagles fan. The kill by her, they're up 20-19. This is a huge ending to this game for the Eagles.
It is. It's a really important couple points here, Caleb. They're in a rotation that probably favors Oakhill more, especially with the Eagles. We're not the tallest team, so we don't have a ton of net presence that can go over there and challenge her. So she's just pretty much having her way.
I don't think that ball was tipped. I do not think I agree with the call there.
It wasn't. We obviously have a better view of it here. You got to play on. If you're the Eagles,
Good
nice
job,
up.
though. Good dig. That was a great hit.
Wow.
Oh, my
nice
goodness.
save from the libero. You can feel almost the match riding on this point. It is huge.
Absolutely.
Both teams are playing big.
Tensions are really, really high. These are the types of points that define the game.
The gym is ready to explode here. If the Eagles can get this point, Oakhill is playing fantastic, though. You gotta win this one.
Erin Horan. Good hit by her.
Sets a little bit low.
That is a big, big point for the Eagles. It ties the game at 20. There is a massive amount of momentum that was attached to that point.
Huge. 2020. It feels like a mountain when you're down 2 at this point, so to tie it up is huge.
That is a huge break. Huge break for the Eagles. First, Grace Haynes tipped it into the net, unprovoked, and then just a dinker over the net.
Yeah, the Oakhill coach knows it. He knows he can settle his team down. The momentum has swung back in favor of the Eagles. He knows his team, his girls are playing great, and they just had a couple unfortunate breaks there, but Eagles up 1.
Yeah, it's 21-20 here in game 2 of the first round matchup between Quentin Road and Oakhill. As we mentioned earlier, the winner of this game will advance to play Arthur a little bit later, which is the 1 seed. They will play at 12:45 on School Gym East. If that is the Eagles, the game will have an Eagles cam attached to it. If it is Oakhill, that game will not be live streamed, unfortunately. The loser will move to Church Gym North at 1 p.m. to play an undecided foe at this point. So, a lot riding on this. A chance at staying in contention for the championship is attached to this game. This is big.
Yeah, it's huge. Like we said, young team. You got the fans behind you. I think you got to close this one out. If you're the Eagles here, you don't want to see it go to a game 3.
This would be an absolute heartbreaker and would crush the Eagles' spirits if they don't pull this one off.
Nice instinct there. Again, number 20 of Oakhill, Grace Haynes, could only get a little bit of a tip with the set there. Carly recognized nobody was ready in the back row and sent it a kill over on 1.
Yeah, you don't hear it very often. People don't talk about the setters a ton, but when a team has a really, really good setter, it makes the hitters look good. When there's a bad set, it just throws everything off, and that's what happened that time for Oakhill.
Absolutely. Nice save by Micaiah. Yeah, you see both Carly and Jenna, the setters, kind of the calming forces for the Eagles, the anchors that keep them going, keep them steady, and keep them together.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Oakhill, though, this is the rotation you want to be in. You got Grace up front as your primary hitter right now. Eagles are up 23-20.
Yeah, we also see Addie playing big in the front. She's able to challenge it. Free ball here.
Big free ball. This is massive.
Pass was a little tight, so Carly had to go over in 2. This is big, though. You got to close this out, up 24-20.
Oakhill is kind of falling apart here at the end. 24-20. The Eagles haven't really done anything special, and Oakhill's just kind of giving it to them.
Yeah, but they played solid. They played mistake-free, and you see that when you don't beat yourself, you give yourselves a great opportunity to win, especially with the home crowd at your back.
There's a free ball. See if the Eagles can close it out on this.
Addie for the game. Oakhill digging deep here, staying alive. It's coming over free, though.
Another
Send it to
free
her
ball.
again.
That hurts. It is a 3-point lead for the Eagles, 24-21. This game does not feel over, though.
You got to take a deep breath if you're both teams. Sub coming in number 11. Olivia, just the freshman to serve in a high-pressure situation. You can hear the Let's Go Eagles chant. The gym is ready to erupt here.
That's a big moment for the freshman, Olivia. Good serve by her. Man, there's a lot of tension in the room right now. My goodness. What a dig by Sarah Horan.
Too far. Too far. Every point right now that doesn't go Quentin Road's way, a little more pressure is on them. I agree. Big timeout here. Smart timeout.
Really good
by
timeout.
Coach Legler. The momentum was going not in Quentin Road's favor, but you always want to call a timeout when your team is still up. when you say, hey, calm down. We know it hasn't gone our way the last few points, but we're still up 2. You don't want to let it go 24-24 and then call a timeout.
Yeah, I love the timeout call. Obviously, you get to ice the server a little bit too. We've seen Coach Emily do that multiple times this tournament. It's 24-22. Quinn Road is up. And I believe it's still Olivia, the freshman, serving for Oakhill. The Eagles, you really want to see them get this point. You do not want it to be tied at 24. So either this point or the next one, it is paramount that the Eagles get it.
It is, and when you're up by 4, 24-20, it's so hard mentally if you can't close it out.
Oh my goodness. This game is not over. That's an ace by Olivia, the freshman. 24-23 here on the Eagles cam.
Coach Legler calling for a sub. Bailey is going to have to come up big here. Coming in for Aaron again. The freshman server, number 11, Olivia, has not showed nerves up until this point.
Oh my goodness. It's a big free ball.
It's free though. Here comes Oakhill.
It's a tip.
And oh no, it's alive.
That is incredible
Wow.
by the Eagles.
Way to keep it alive. Caleb, this could be it. That is huge. It's going to be tight. Addie Julian closes it out. What a save. Not how you drew it up, but 25-23 in the most unlikely fashion. The Eagles close it out.
Yeah, what a game. That was a great tip by Addie. I mean, if that tip is out of bounds, which it wasn't, it was pretty close. It's 24-24, and it's a completely different game right now. Great job by Oakhill and Quentin Road. Very well played by both sides. Quentin Road wins games 1 and 2. They will advance to play Arthur at 12:45. That game will be on the Eagles cam as well, live streamed. Oakhill will play next and on the Church Gym North Court at 1 p.m., and that game will not be live streamed. Again, all results, everything is posted at dbc.edu. Thank you for tuning in to the Eagles cam on the Eagles Sports Network, and we will see you the rest of the tournament.